It's Bats and Balls on Six Towns Radio.
You know, obviously it'd be lovely to play against my old club again, the old side. You know, I've got some great stories that I'll one day write myself, which you know, it's you know, and some of them are so funny. Great stories along the way. It was a great time, and it was a journey that I wouldn't swap for anything in the world.
Tony, in the immortal words of Billy Ocean, when they're going,
I missed him.
When they're going get stuff, and it has been tough the last 10 days. The stuff get going, and in many ways, this Stoke game couldn't have come along at a better time because everyone here must be fired up because they want to beat Stoke.
Well, I don't think it's because it's Stoke. I just think that, you know, we have to get back on track. Like I say, it's been a disappointment. The two games have been disappointing. If we'd not played our part in the two games and got completely overrun, then, you know, I'd be sat here really disappointed. But that wasn't the case.
You're on a fairly good run because, I mean, you're up for Manager of the Month, and you won Manager of the Month this time last year and went on to win Manager of the Year, so surely this is a good sign.
Yeah, I won't get Manager of the Year this year, I don't think. But, you know, like I say, I'm more concerned about the club's tally of points than any self-esteem that people lay on me, which, as you know, I try and bat away as quickly and as slyly as I possibly can.
But you've already sort of said that you aren't that surprised to see that Stoke City will be coming along, and the core of their players are basically the same core that you got.
Well, it's wonderful, really, because, you know, obviously, you know, they get another manager in, they get a new manager in, and he's brought a lot of new faces in, but the lads have still stuck in there. So, you know, it's good on them. You know, you know, the majority of them are still there, still playing, and playing, some of them exceptionally well. It's lovely to see John and Peter doing well up front. You know, obviously Nzonzi and Glenn. You know, Glenn Whelan's been a stalwart through you know, from when we got promoted out of the Championship. Ryan, Mark Wilson, you know, Jeff Cameron, and, you know, not least Begovic as well. You know, there's some really good professionals there who are still there.
Yeah, the three W's, Whelan, Walters and Wilson, you know, I think a lot of your critics felt that, you know, those are the sort of players who are going to get sort of washed away immediately. They are part of the core of your team. And up front, because you say, is Peter Crouch offered a new contract. Everyone said, oh, well, he was told when Tony Pulis bought him. And he's produced the goods, and they've put faith in him to produce the goods again. That's right.
No, he's done well, Peter, and you know, he's on that. What is he, one short of the record? So we hope he doesn't get it Saturday. But no, they're very good. Having, you know, when you work with people, you know what they're like, and the three that you've mentioned, the three W's and Crouch here, yeah, they're good people as well. They're not just good players; they're good people.
I've got one last question, actually. Don't you remember that game? Your league debut, Bristol City versus Bristol Rovers.
I actually do. I was only 17 at the time.
Little bad.
0-0 draw, I think it was.
It says 17-year-old beauty from Pill likes reading arts and... oh no, sorry, that's Charity Lawson. Sorry, that's not you. The interesting thing, seriously though, there's actually a serious point in here made by Alan Dix, and this is 40 years ago he wrote in his managerial note. He says... today's match is Bristol's showpiece of the season. And the reason I'm reading this was of course, from the things that happened at the Villa game. I appeal to all the spectators for both Bristol City and Rovers to give the two clubs their fullest support throughout the season, but please make it the kind of support that gives this city a good name. Anyone who comes to matches with the intention of spoiling entertainment for others should stay away. We don't want any forms of violence or misbehaviour, bad language, obscene chanting and other unsocial activity. That was written 40 years ago, but it could have been written last week. Does it disappoint you that we're still fighting those things?
Well, I really do think it was an isolated incident. I don't think it's the norm. And going back to those days, there was a lot of stuff going on that happened quite on quite a regular basis. So I think, you know, football has moved on enormously in that respect. But nobody likes to see it. And what Alan said there 40 years ago rings true today. You know, people should go to football to support their team, enjoy it, and you know, be magnanimous in victory and defeat.
Thank you for letting us use your office. It's very nice.
It's better than Stoke's one.
Well, it probably is.